Hello there, Steven here. Today, I want to talk about multiline lambdas in Python. This video is inspired by this video from Context Free, where he talks about indentational syntax. In Python, multiline lambdas or multi-expression lambdas are not supported. If you want to know why, it's a good idea to check out this video. Before we go on, I want to warn you that I have a light theme. This is the code I forked from Context Free's GitHub. And it is here. He first declared some data structures. And the main job of this program is to convert places, which is a list of place, into characterized places. This is done using the map function, which takes two arguments, a lambda and places, where the lambda will be applied to each argument, to each element in places. Let's run it. It prints out a list of categorized. Now this doesn't look very natural in Python, as we have this kind of weird nested structure. So what Context Free did was he declared a function called categorize and used this function inside of the map. Now, this looks much more natural for a Python program. Let's run it. It does the same thing. But there's a problem with this. I need to name this variable. This is not anonymous function, which is what we call lambda anymore. And I want to demonstrate how to do that by converting this into one expression using the walrus operator, which is kind of a hack. So to start, we need to change categorize to a lambda, which will certainly take place as its argument. Here, we just need to copy the content here and paste it in. So notice that we cannot have statements inside of a lambda, and we need to convert it into expression. Assignment statements are statements, but with the walrus operator, they become expressions. Notice that this is still not allowed because we need these parentheses around them. And now I know that this expression is going to return whatever that is assigned to population, which is place.population, and it's not none. So if I chain it with the AND operator, this lambda is going to return whatever that is after this AND. And here, unfortunately, we cannot use the if statement because it is statement. We can only use the if expression. So we need to open up another expression with the walrus operator and convert these if statements into expressions. Now you see that the IDE is happy with that. At last, the last expression is return, because we know this expression is going to return whatever that is assigned to category, which is not none. We can also chain this with and categorize would be return. So this is the 3 lines function we have. We format it. It's going to look like this. Still kind of weird, but more like a normal Python function now. So here's our lambda. It has 3 statements effectively, where the last statement has implicit return. And they are chained using and, because each statement is not none. Let's run it. It does the same thing. Now the question is, how much can I extend this? Can I write the whole program inside of a statement? Well, the answer is probably no, because as you can see with the if expression here, it is tricky to do some of the basic stuff. For example, while is not supported inside of expressions. But I guess you could argue that you could use these comprehensions instead. Now that we are at this idea, let's look at what happens if I use more expressions. Here we have the same program, but instead of using def main, I assign a lambda to main, where inside of this lambda I have word plus operators and chain them using and. At the end, I have this expression with the main called if the name is main, and this else is not optional. This could be annoying, but this one-liner could be a win for some people. Let's run it. It does the same thing. Now, what if I go crazy and convert everything under these classes declaration into one expression? Well, it surely works, and it does the same thing, but it's kind of ugly. This looks like some sort of weird functional language, but it's just very ugly. But now, there you have it. Multiline lambdas in Python. Satisfied?